you guys enjoyed that intro because I just
She smacked her head.
My head on the chandelier.
A good 2 minutes ago. How did you hit? Did you hit your head on that?
Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so thankful for you guys to be here and I'm so excited that you guys are excited.
Do you want me to introduce you to your channel?
No.
Hey everybody, this is Alex! That hurt so bad. That was such a great angle. Well done. First shot, you found it. Well everybody, this is Alex's channel and my name's Philip. And I'm here to talk to you and actually more so listen with you about Alex telling a story of how our girls got their names.
This is one story that we've been wanting to share and wanting to tell for a while.
A long time.
Because so many of you have asked, how did our girls get our names? So for those of you who haven't seen our vlog channel, we have two amazing, beautiful girls and they came to our family through adoption. And so we had a little bit of a different time frame than the typical 9 months you come up with a name and what are you gonna name your kids? We had that list when we were dating of what we wanted our kids' names to be, but through years and years of infertility, we kind of tossed the list and said, I'm so mad I'm not even looking at that list ever again.
It was kind of painful to look at that list, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we had a miraculous adoption with our first daughter and we had a 9-day adoption. 9 days. Like, I can't believe
when I look back,
that.
it's a blur.
Yeah.
It's a total blur.
It was the best adrenaline roller coaster of our lives.
Yeah.
But one of them being, we need to come up with a name.
Yeah.
One of the biggest questions that we get on our vlog channel was, did the birth moms name the girls or did we? And right off the bat, to give you an answer to that question is that we named our girls. I know sometimes it depends on the situation. Maybe through foster care, you would keep the name the child grew up with, obviously, or maybe working with birth mom to figure out a name that you want to name together. I've heard a lot of different stories from all of our different friends. We did get to name our girls. Let's go back and talk about...
Did I jump the gun?
Yeah, a little bit.
Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. We'll go back. We'll rewind.
Rewind.
So we are in this process of a 9-day adoption. So I want to reenact of how it was like when we were naming Kinsley.
Okay.
Literally, we jumped in the bed just like we did.
Just like that. We didn't hit her head like you just did.
And we had a very magical moment where I grabbed my phone. It was really magical.
Babynames.com.
Probably started
Googling best baby names for girls in 2015.
Yes. We had Google open and we went through it was probably 1 in the morning because we were probably staying up till 1, 2 in the morning.
3 in the morning
every
some nights,
night trying to get ready.
Oh my God.
Because we thought we only had like 3 weeks to prepare because she was due in about 3 weeks.
Oh boy, did we only know.
Yeah. And around 5:30 in the morning before the sun would come up, my adrenaline would spike and I would be wide awake.
Yeah.
So we had some crazy, amazing days. We should do a whole video on that. Those were amazing.
If you guys would like to see that video of what that process was like
what those
during
9 days
those 9 days
like.
of Kinsley's adoption, leave it down in the comments and say yes. And also, if you're
reminisce.
not subscribed to this channel, you need to go ahead and give it a thumbs up and you need to subscribe and turn on the notifications bell because we are doing so much content that you guys directly have asked for.
Yeah.
And this season is exciting. You don't want to be away from this channel for like 5 minutes or you're going to miss something amazing.
Okay.
Back to the baby names.
Back to the baby names. So I had Google open. I was going to the different websites that probably everyone had gone to. And I was just looking at all these names and I felt like, yeah, I've heard all of those. Yeah, I've heard all of those. For me, it was important to have a name that I liked. The sound of it. I know, very magical too. Philip, it was very important to him that you had a good meaning behind the name.
I'm definitely more the emotional, and I'm definitely more of the let's have there to be, not just like a meaning and it sounds good, but like I want this child to grow up with confidence of their name and to be proud of that name.
Yes. So eventually, if you go to those baby name websites and then you kind of go the website off of that and the website off of that, we ended up getting down to like a tiny little random website. And that is where we found the name Kinsley. And we wrote that name down, and it was asterisk starred, and I loved it.
We both loved it, I think, from the very, very, very beginning.
And Kinsley means the King's Field. And we paired it with the middle name Grace, and so her name and the meaning of her name meant the King's Field of Grace. And we just love the meaning behind it, as well as I like the sound of it. So we were both agreement. But we went into her delivery with 3 names. First off, we thought we had 3 weeks to come up with a name, but little did we know, only a week later she was going to be going into labor. And so we had a whole list of names, but we had a top 3.
We did.
Should we tell them all 3 of them?
Callie was on it.
Callie Joe, Kinsley Grace, and Cassidy Drew.
You said it.
I did.
Oh my gosh.
Well, because I don't want a bunch of K and C names, so I think that name is off our list if somebody wants to use it.
No, we totally
I love that
use
name,
that.
but we would have to
I
use
love
it
that
later
name.
because there's too many in our family right now, right?
Yeah. My sister's middle name is Drew, and so we may come back to that.
Yeah.
But Cassidy, we loved that name. We loved that name.
Yeah. And Callie Joe. So Callie means beautiful from the inside out. And Joe is my mom's middle name. So we went into the hospital with those 3 names. And I, as a NICU nurse, in the hospital a lot, around babies a lot, people would say, you know, I'm not going to name my baby until I visually look at them and then come up with the decision. Well, as a NICU nurse, I'm like, they're all just squishy blobs. It doesn't matter what you name them. They're not going to look like themselves yet.
And they're not going to say it for another year.
So I think whatever name you want to come up with, that should just be the name. Funny enough, we went in saying, let's look at her first before we name her.
So we did have the 3 names,
And
Kinsley, Callie, and Cassidy.
Our number 1 was Callie Joe. Our number 2 was Kinsley Grace. And 3 was Cassidy Drew. And then Kinsley was born, and we'll do a whole video on that because it was the most magical, amazing experience of our entire life. But when we looked at her, we both said instantly. This is not Callie Joe. And Philip said, I don't know why, but I have this weird gut feeling that Callie is supposed to be a blonde hair, blue-eyed baby.
I knew it. Have you ever had those moments in your life where you know something? And it's not just because it's a logical thing or it's a emotional thing. You just know deep, deep down that conviction. I was like, this is not Callie. Callie's going to be with us one day in faith, but that's not her.
Yeah. And for us, we aren't super blonde, so the likelihood of us getting a blue-eyed, yes, blonde hair, no.
The likelihood of a blonde child coming from me is very, very...
Right. So biologically, it probably wasn't going to happen. And with adoption, we never were on the route to try to find a blonde hair, blue-eyed baby. And, so we never thought that would even be a possibility in adoption. So
even our preferences in general with adoption were so open. I mean, our range of... We were like, any child.
Any child.
Any
we don't
child,
care what you look like. Come into our family.
Yeah, we wanted to raise any child at that point. So we were very non-specific.
Yes.
But the moment we laid eyes on Kinsley, we were like, that's not Callie.
And I like the name Kinsley so much.
This is Kinsley.
Yeah,
I think the moment Alex said, she looked at me and we were on opposite sides of the bed. I think we'll show you guys a photo right here. Alex looks over at me across and she goes, I think this is Kinsley. And I was just like, yes.
Oh, yes.
And I think we had that moment where you ever have those moments where you just shudder, it almost takes your breath completely away. That was the moment when we were like, this is our daughter. This is Kinsley Grace, someone that we have been praying for forever, someone that we have seen your name, and we've written it down so many times, and Alex would have these notebooks and she'd write, Callie Joe Congealier, or Kinsley Grace Congealier, or Cassidy Drew Congealier, and you see it, and then you see it, and it was it was right. And the face that you had in that moment, I will never forget your look of, it was like the weight that just fell off.
I couldn't believe
you were
she was here.
Floating.
Years of waiting, and I couldn't believe she was finally here. Kinsley, we had a list, and we were literally sitting here at 3 a.m. We're going, okay, do you like this? Like this? We wrote a name of 20 names maybe, and trying to narrow it down, and then thank goodness, it was the night before. It was the night before she went into labor. I know that for sure. We did a photo shoot with birth mom, and then that night we said, okay, we have to come up with a name. Yeah. Thank goodness, because it was the next morning that she was kind of in labor in the middle of the night, but that next morning she was born. So we literally were able to go in with the names.
Yeah. The night before Kinsley was born, we were with birth mom. We spent the whole day with her, did a beautiful photo shoot with her, a maternity photo shoot. Alex bought her a dress, and like it was the most special. That's how Kinsley and Callie came into our family. And I do remember one thing that I would love to share with you guys. There were moments in our infertility journey where I thought I was Mr. Romantic and Mr. Sappy, and I actually had a date lined up for Alex, where I had like little packages, and one was blue and one was pink, and we were just in the beginning of this infertility journey, and I had a whole date around the idea of creating child's names and writing them down, and I bought a notebook and I printed out every list I could find, and I thought I was so romantic.
Yeah.
And Alex didn't want to do it, and so I just want to use that as an encouragement. If you guys are in the infertility...
We weren't even diagnosed with infertility yet,
no,
but it had been months into trying.
But we had been waiting for a while, and it was just not happening, and I think there was so much pain. So the encouragement to you guys in this video is, if you've gotten to this part of the video...
If you've gotten to this part of the video, leave a heart emoji in the comments below.
Oh, yes, awesome. Yes, totally, in the emoji. And then give me a blue heart for me. Yeah. And you can give her a red
and any other color for me.
Sure, anything.
Yes, it is okay for you to have failed dates where you think that it's going to be a great idea, but it just did not work out.
And that
it was okay, because a few years later, we were going to be coming up with the names at 3 in the morning on our phone, just a few hours before our daughter was born.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you have any other video ideas that you want to see, go ahead and leave those in the comments below, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.